everybody, welcome back to the OVW Television Wrestling Podcast, or the TV Wrestling Podcast. I'm Joey.
I'm Tommy.
And this is where we're going to be reviewing Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW, the television show. Right now, currently, we're in 1999, and this is the episode of July 17th of 1999. Tommy, we start off with the great White Wedding intro, sung by Billy Idol. Which, if you guys...
Guess what? White Wedding again.
White Wedding again.
With the girl, with the guy with the Coke, another cigarette. Don't forget the girl flopping her hair in the face. Yep. You suck. You suck. Yep. Same intro, baby. See, fat elbow.
Then, Tommy, we get a recap of what happened last week, which, if you guys didn't watch last week's episode that we just dropped, pretty much Cornette has came in from the WWF. He is now the new matchmaker for OVW. He has fired Kenny Bolin, and he is on a tirade to make OVW as good as he possibly can with being the matchmaker for OVW. Tommy, then we slip right into the first match. We have the Hustler, Rip Rogers, as he takes on Tommy, the newly crowned OVW Light Heavyweight Champion, Smooth Johnny
Spade.
What'd you think about the match, Tommy?
I'm gonna be honest. This was this match was to get Rip Rogers over.
It was.
Do you tell you what my favorite was in the match?
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember when Rip Rogers put a Smooth Johnny Spade in the corner, and he tried to get his shirt up, and his shirt kept falling down. And he had to pull it back up to chop him. That was pretty funny.
So he pulled it over his head.
Yeah, he goes, "God damn it."
Not only that, Tommy, but Spade misses the Bronco Buster into the corner. And Rip Rogers grabs him by the legs and says, "Come here, bitch," and fucking puts him in the Boston Crab.
Yep, gets Smooth Johnny Spade in the Boston Crab, and Smooth Johnny had no choice but to tap out. So your winner, the Hustler, Rip Rogers.
Rip Rogers. Rogers goes up to the desk of Jim Cornette and Dean Hill, and he says that he's called Cornette multiple times, and Cornette has answered each and every time, saying, "Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can." Tommy, Rip Rogers wants to have a mystery partner.
Before that, he said, "If I was a light heavyweight, I should be going for the light heavyweight championship."
Yeah. He said that he should be going for the light heavyweight championship if he was in the weight class, because he just beat the Johnny Spade. And he says that right now, because of last week's win, if you guys do not remember, Rip Rogers won pretty much mystery partner coming July 20th, Louisville Garden Show.
Yeah.
And he wants to have a shot because he beat pretty much Trailer Park Trash and Flash Flanagan.
Well, I could tell you one person that's not going to be Rip Rogers' partner. That's Juan Hurtado. You know he ain't going to be the partner.
You don't think it's going to be Juan Hurtado?
No, he ain't gonna choose Danger.
He ain't gonna be the partner. Cornette asked him who's it gonna be, and Rip says, "Well, it's gonna be a mystery, and we're gonna take the Southern Tag Team Championships. I'll even take you, Cornette. I'll take Dean Hill. I'll take any of these hillbillies out here. Give you a taste of that championship gold." Rip Rogers is actually really good on the mic. He really is.
Yeah, he is.
Then Tommy, we gap of Nick Dinsmore, Rob Conway, and the Damager. Pretty much just a recap.
Yeah, just a recap.
And by the way, recaps are necessary, even though sometimes you don't be like, "Oh, I just watched this last week," but you gotta realize this too. You watched it last week. You might have maybe forgot. Watching.
Someone might not have watched last week's episode.
Yeah. So somebody probably didn't watch last week's episode. You gotta realize that's the way some of the television shows go. Now, granted, me and Tommy were watching these in succession, so there's no breaks in between some of these. So yeah. Next match, Tommy, is from Gasoline Alley. Vito and Guido Andretti.
That's right. The Mechanics, Vito and Guido Andretti.
As they take on the OVW Southern Tag Team Champions of Trailer Park Trash and Flash Flanagan.
And this is a non-title match.
Non-title match. Tommy, did you see Trash get hit with that shitty looking what was it?
I don't know what the fuck it was. It looked
like a shake rattle from either Vito or Guido.
One of the Andretti's were going for like a swinging neck breaker.
Yeah.
That fucking either it was a miscue, a mishap, or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. And that fucking Trailer Park Trash would look like he was selling for a DDT.
Yeah. It looked really shitty. It did.
Yeah.
Flash hits. I can't really tell Vito or Guido apart right now because they kind of look the same. Yeah. I know one has a mustache, the other one doesn't, but they kind of. Off the top rope with his patented leg drop, which he calls the trailer jack.
Yep. And 1, 2, 3, your winners, Trailer Park Trash and Flash Flanagan.
Next, Tommy, we have an interview from the WWF's hardcore champion, Al Snow and Head.
Yeah, Al Snow and Head. Al Snow sitting on a forklift.
Yeah, he's sitting on a forklift. Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, "Yeah, Draz, Hey, I've been at the Gulf of Mexico. I've been in the swamps. I've been in snow and all this. It don't bother me. I could take you anywhere I want in the Louisville Gardens. I could take you outside. I could take you anywhere I want." He goes, and that's about it. I'll see you. He goes, "I'll see you July 20th, Draz." And that was about the end of that promo.
You gotta build up to the certain shows, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Tommy, not only that, but when we get back to the desk with Dean Hill and Jim Cornette announces at the Louisville Gardens, we're going to have the debut of an American Gladiator champion, Enrico Constantino. Now, if the name does ring a bell, it's Rico from the WWE. Now, once again, and this is the reason why we're doing this OVW television podcast. What we've seen in OVW is not what the main audience of wrestling seen in the WWF or WWE.
Yeah.
Rico
we did see the fucking hairstylist.
Yeah.
Rico. We did see the flamboyant Rico.
Mm-hmm. Rico Constantino was a legit wrestler in OVW. Not only that, but he could also be a fucking pretty good fucking heel too.
Yeah.
But right now he's a babyface coming in. And if you guys don't know, Rico Constantino was a former police officer, as well as he won the American Gladiators Championship from the American Gladiator show from the from the 90s. If you guys remember American Gladiators. So, I mean, he's pretty legit. And we're going to see the debut of him at the Louisville Gardens. Tommy, Kenny Bolin comes out. And he says that Cornette fired him unjustly.
Yeah.
And Kenny Bolin has a manager's license now. He can actually manage wrestlers now.
Yes.
Instead of being color commentating. And Cornette goes, well, do you have anybody signed yet? No, they get the hell out of the ring.
Yeah, come back when you have some talent signed.
Yeah, come back when you have some talent signed. And once again, Tommy, we see Flash, Trailer Park Trash, and the American Eagle come out and take him back out of the ring. Tommy, we get to the next match, which we have one of your favorites of all time, Skull Red Tights Duggery himself, Rasputin.
Rasputin.
As he takes on from New Albany, Indiana's Chris Alexander. And once again, if you guys don't know who Chris Alexander is, he has very long hair.
Yeah.
And very unique style as well, as far as his clothes are concerned. Very colorful.
Yeah.
And a decent wrestler. I will give him that. He's a decent wrestler.
He's a decent wrestler, yeah.
Raz gets his head rocked. You see that one, did you, Tommy?
Yep.
Alexander ends up after taking out Rasputin, he pulls out a chain out of his tights.
Yes, and hits Rasputin in the head with the chain.
Yeah.
Puts the chain back in his tights. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Chris Alexander over Rasputin.
Tommy, we get
I'm gonna say another typical TV match.
A typical TV match. The American Eagle comes out.
Yes.
And he's not too happy about Chris Alexander's cheating ways, so to speak.
Yeah, so Chris Alexander and the American Eagle are going at it. American Eagle hits a big flapjack on Chris Alexander, and the American Eagle cuts a little bit of Chris Alexander's hair, and Chris Alexander runs and takes a powder.
Now, he didn't cut a lot off of his hair. He only cut a
couple of strings there.
Yeah, a couple of strings off. Tommy, next little segment we have is you guys remember from last week, Cousin Otter is no longer wants to be known as Otter. He wants to be known by his name, Jack Black. Tommy, Jack Black comes out and he wants to talk to Jebediah Blackhawk about their match at the Louisville Gardens. He wants to clear the air here. He wants to give Jebediah Blackhawk his redneck's shitty
Cotton Eye Joe tape.
Yeah, his Cotton Eye Joe tape.
Redneck's Cotton Eye Joe tape. Here's the $40 that you can borrow. And then here's another thing for you. Big stiff clothesline. Jack Black kicks fucking Jebediah a couple times there, and that's about the end. And then does the big splash off the top rope on Jebediah. And that's about the end of that.
Tommy, not only that, Tommy, but they're going to have a loser leave OVW match at the Louisville Gardens. We just want to go ahead and make sure that we say that. Tommy, did you like when after the big splash, Jack Black reaches back into Jebediah's
he made sure to get that $40 back. He didn't get $40 from my Joe tape.
He stole the $40 out.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck about old redneck's Cotton Eye Joe though. He didn't want that back.
Nobody wants that back.
He damn sure wanted his $40 back.
Absolutely. Tommy, we get to the main event of this OVW July 17th, 1999 episode of OVW Television. And by the way, this one's a little bit shorter than last week's because, there was a lot of recaps during this show. Which is fair enough. You know, you got to do your recap. So that's why this one's a little bit smaller in length compared to last week's episode. But Tommy, it's for the OVW champion, the Damager,
with Treasure,
with Nothing Happening Treasure,
as he takes on
All-American Doug Basham.
That's right, All-American Doug Basham.
And if you guys are not familiar with who the All-American Doug Basham, familiar with the Basham name, Tommy, would you like to fill them in on who that is?
Well, the Damage is Danny Basham, and fucking Doug Basham is Doug Basham, the Basham brothers.
The Basham brothers from the WWE. Now, I will say this. I don't care for the whole All-American Doug Basham gimmick.
Me neither.
But later on, he comes back in a big way.
Yes.
But not in 99, he ain't. I'll tell you that much.
No, 99, he's All-American.
He's All-American.
Him and the Eagles should have teamed up.
Yeah, him and the American Eagle should have been the Southern Tag Team Champions. But nonetheless, Tommy, Treasure ends up grabbing Doug Basham's foot.
Yeah, and the Damager goes, "What are you doing? I don't need your help, Leather. Get the fuck out of here."
I don't need your help. Nothing happening. Get your ass to the back.
Go put this in the Andretti here.
Well, she does eventually go to the Andretti's. And we're not talking about action either.
That's where she belongs. That's where she belongs.
A big backlash. I agree. Tommy, we see a big backdrop.
Yeah.
And he goes over to Doug Basham ends up going over to the rope to get onto the top turnbuckle. And Tommy, what happens?
Well, before we get to that, I did enjoy Doug Basham's sales here. You know, when Damager went up to the top rope and hit a big drop kick, fucking Doug Basham takes a big flip, feet stuck on the bottom rope doing this.
I forgot about that one. Yes, yes,
And then,
yes.
and then, the Damager hits him with the flatliner. Hits him with it. Doug goes. He falls on his face. That was pretty good.
Doug Basham's a
That
good
will be,
seller.
yeah, he
I
is.
will
And
give
then
him that.
Doug Basham was actually doing pretty good there on the Damager, and Doug Basham climbs up to the top rope, and Rob Conway goes, "Oh, wait a minute, All American, you ain't gonna be the first one to beat him." And Rob Conway grabs Doug Basham's leg, crotches him on the turnbuckle, and then while Doug Basham is selling his ding-a-ling-er, fucking the Damager hits brain damage. 1, 2, 3. So the Damager still remains undefeated.
And the OVW heavyweight champion.
Well, the title wasn't on the line, but
Well, I know, but he's still the OVW champion nonetheless.
yeah.
Going into that Louisville Garden show, which is a couple of days away from this television taping. So, now once again, some of these big shows are just big shows that they're going to have at the Louisville Gardens. I've never even found some of these Louisville Garden shows that they've done.
Yeah, 99. No.
Yeah. The only ones we have are some of the certain ones that happened in like 2000. Some of these big shows that they got in Louisville Gardens are kind of rough for us to find. But smaller episode though, a lot of recaps, which kind of suck. But then again, you gotta realize that this is week by week, not us watching it in succession.
Yeah. Then Rob Conway and Damager are going at it.
Yep.
And here comes Nick Dinsmore. He hits Rob Conway with the chair, and then he hits Doug Bash. Then he hits the Damager in the head with a chair. Does Nick Dinsmore? Throws the chair, almost hits a fan, hits a girl fan and a kid by throwing the chair out.
Yeah.
And then that was about the end of the this episode of OVW.
That's right. That's the end of this episode of OVW. Further in some of the storylines. Not only that, but we're building to that Louisville Garden
show.
And for some people that are who want to know some of the matches from that Louisville Garden show, we're going to go ahead and just recap that real fast for you. OVW television. The OVW Heavyweight Championship. The Damager. Rob Conway, Nick Dinsmore triple threat match. We have Jack Black versus Jebediah Blackhawk for a loser leave OVW match. We have for the hair, the mask, the money, the car, the award. Chris Alexander versus the American Eagle.
Yes.
We have
the OVW Southern Tag Team titles on the line as Trailer Park Trash and Flash Flanagan defending against the mystery partner Rip Rogers. And also the debut of Rico Constantino. And also, we got to add this, 3 more exciting matches.
Tommy, you forgot. For the WWF Hardcore Championship, Al Snow.
WWF Hardcore title. Al Snow versus Droz, and 3 more exciting big matches.
Yeah, 3 more exciting big matches. So, this show leading up to this, it sounds like a hell of a fucking card for the Louisville Gardens, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does.
Unfortunately, we couldn't go back then because me and Tom were only 9 and 10 when this happened. But nonetheless, we had 1, 2, 3 matches on the show in an hour. Recaps, things of that nature. So, I mean, overall, pretty good show, I would have to say.
Yeah.
And Tommy, we're going to go ahead and tell them if they want to see some of the stuff from the OVW television show. Will be posted on me and Tommy's social medias, whether it be through Instagram or Twitter, as well as if you guys want to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestlingRampage2. You can do that as well. You can also follow me and Tommy on Instagram. That's actually where you'll see some of these clips, as well as on Twitter at Wrestle Rampage. So, guys, go through those channels because unfortunately, guys, we can't show you guys any of the footage from OVW because of copyright reasons on YouTube. So, if we could, we would. But hope that you guys enjoyed it. And we will see you guys next time for the OVW Television Wrestling Podcast.